Where do we go? What do we throw? Find out now from your boy Mac. It's Mac's Stratbook. Hey friendos, welcome back to Mac's Stratbook. Today we are going to have a look at a couple of smokes on Mirage that'll help you take control of the B site. So if your opponents are playing a crossfire from jail and get right, this smoke is a very effective way to break up that crossfire. What you're going to want to do is stand in this corner here. The wood's going to stop you as you walk your way up. And then this wooden pole sticking out, just put your crosshair slightly above it, left click throw. That'll eventually bounce down here, pop there, and deny the vision from here to this big boy there. So here's a deep smoke for the bench side of sight. What you want to do is walk up to the middle of the window here, put your crosshair relatively similar to the last smoke from the middle of the wooden window up until you're in line with this bad boy here. So crosshair should be roughly in this position, left click throw, and that'll pop nice and deep here and deny any vision from Shroud as you come out of apartments, as well as bench if you have any players coming up short. A mid-sight smoke you can throw from the T side is from the top mid here. You'll run into this cutout, put your crosshair right on this black part at the top of the barrel, do a jump throw, and that'll eventually bounce over here and land in the middle of sight, allowing you to go up short if you want to try to hit B from mid early on. Thanks to Wolfer, we have a backside smoke to show. So on the right side of this box here, you line yourself up, put your crosshair on this dark patch on the roof, and once you're lined up there, you're going to do a run throw, but release the smoke before you exit the tunnel, and it'll look something like this. Right, so this smoke is going to pop here on the back side of sight. It will deny any vision from any T's playing in this area around here, and it should allow you to come out of apps pretty safely. Alternatively, you can throw the same smoke from here. You walk up to the middle of the door, put your crosshair in line with this bad boy from the middle of the wooden window, so you go upwards like that, left click throw. That should land roughly in the same position as the other one. So here's a smoke that lands between Africa and sight. What it does is denies any vision from a player playing at market window as you guys try to cross out of apartments. So to throw this smoke, you'll walk into the left side of the door here. You'll feel yourself stop moving. Crouch down, put your crosshair slightly to the right of the edge of the tower there. Left click throw. And that'll eventually come and land here, denying any vision from market. So a balcony smoke that you can throw from the back of apartments here. Jump up and line yourself up with the pole, so making sure that this part of the pole lines up with the next pole across. It looks roughly here, and then you look at the point of this pole, go straight up, and left click throw once your crosshair's a bit above the power line. That'll do the same thing, bounce a few times, but eventually make its way down onto the balcony. So an alternative way to smoke the B balcony is if you run into this corner here, you will line up the bottom of your smoke crosshair with the V and the plants there. You should have your crosshair looking roughly like this. So once your crosshair reaches roughly this area here, that's when you're going to want to throw. So you line her up, get ready, and let her rip. So it'll bounce a few times on the roofs and eventually make its way over onto the balcony there. Another common thing to do nowadays is to smoke off market window and door. And to do the window, you walk into this corner over here, put your crosshair right up this dark corner of the top of the tower there, do a jump throw, and that will eventually come and land in the window here and deny any vision from market. And to do the door smoke as well, you walk into this corner here, put your crosshair at this tip of the antenna, do a jump throw, and this will eventually come and land at the door after a few bounces. So now we're going to go over a few smokes for archers here. Some people like to refer to it in Australia as Maccas because of the golden arches, you know. Haha, funny joke. Anyway, we'll call this one left side and this one right side just for reference. Okay, so we'll start with the left side smokes. So first off, walk up into this corner of the trash bags. There's two little tips here. Put your crosshair on the left one, left click throw. That'll bounce around for a moment and eventually smoke off the left side of arch. So this one requires a jump throw. What you want to do is walk up to this red dot on the wall. You'll see a W in the wall up here. See this point? That's where you're looking, all right? Left click, jump throw. That'll eventually bounce down here and pop that left side arch. Before we move to the right side of arch, what we're going to do is talk about the drive-through smoke. So these were sent to me by good old Swede. They were found from a Fnatic demo and they're nutty as anything. So you can throw them as soon as you come out of T-spawn here. So for left side, what you're going to want to do, walk into this corner here, you'll stop, put your crosshair right on this white dot on the wall, jump throw. You'll eventually bounce down here and smoke off left side arch. So the other drive-through smoke is here. You just walk up to the pole, make sure you're not too close or your smoke will hit. See the diagonal there, put your crosshair right at the top, jump throw. And that one will eventually bounce off the top of the tower, all the way down and smoke off right side arch. Another right side arch smoke you can throw is from under the middle of the lantern here. You'll see what I mean in a second. Walk right underneath till your body lines up with the bottom. And I line it up by fitting my crosshair perfectly here between the wire and the roof, and you just left click throw. and that'll eventually come down here, pop perfectly on the right side of arch. Also remember, in any situation, you can always throw smokes on the fly if your ball's big enough or if you have enough map control. So say balcony, just left click throw there, that'll pop perfectly. You want to do door, just shift walk looking at the AC there, obviously just left click throw. And if you want to do one that'll pop in front of the window as well, just line your crosshair up at the top of the window there, run throw. That'll eventually smoke off window. They're not the best smokes, but for smokes on the fly, they do a decent job. A couple of retake smokes you can throw from the CT side on the rotation from the ace site is if you walk into this corner here, you'll see this brown dot right there. If you put your crosshair at the top of it on the right, you jump throw, and that'll come across here, bounce off the roof and land on default. So here's a situational one you can throw that will land on B balcony. So for starters, you jump up onto the cinder blocks here, you put your crosshair where this metal pole meets this one right at the top right of it, just here. And then what you're going to want to do is do a jump throw. You watch that come in, she'll bounce a few times and then land on the balcony and smoke it off. The smoke for back of apartments that you can throw as the CT early on in the round is you come stand in this corner here, put your crosshair right in the middle of this wooden pole, do a jump throw. That'll bounce on the roof a couple of times, straight through the hole, and pop in the back of apartments. Another retake smoke you can throw that will help deny vision from short as you exit mark is if you walk up to this line here, put your crosshair right at the top of the tree just there, and you do a run jump throw, jump just before you get to the wall, and she'll bounce down nicely and land here. An alternative one you can throw, which will land outside of market window, is you walk up into this corner, you look at the top of the antenna here and just go straight up until you're on the first power line, just left click throw, and that'll land nicely here after bouncing off the ground and help you get out of market. An early app smoke you can throw as a CT when you come to the B side is you stand next to the garbage can here, see this point here, put your crosshair slightly to the left of it, just left click throw, and that'll land in there nice and deep. So a very effective retake smoke you can throw from short here is if you walk up to the line and then put your crosshair at this point of the cover that attaches to the wall, do a jump throw. It'll take a while, but it eventually lands here on the site. And once it pops, it'll allow you to come up short relatively safely so you can't be shot from bench. As a bonus, it also allows people to come out of market. So a couple of one-way smokes you can use if you're on the CT side. If you're up here on Ninja on the B site, right-click throw there. And if you grab yourself an AK, you can see over the top here as the T's come out of apartments. Obviously, you have to be wary that they can wrap you from short, so just be, careful of that. So if you're playing bench and you know that the T's are about to come from apartments or short, you can throw this one way as well. Just right-click right here, jump up on top, grab yourself an AK and go to bloody town, boys. Anyway, guys, I hope you all learnt a thing or two today. If you did and you enjoyed the video, remember to hit that like button as well as subscribe for much more Mackie-made goodness. Look after yourself, friendos, and I'll see you all on the flippity flop.